Share Tagansari planet. Parishisa Gayona all the time. Reason why I pop on my guy and Narsas bad. Reason why I pop on my guy Narsas bad. Wahudwa bare. Show Wahudwa bare.
Yo, welcome back to the Men's Talk 8 podcast, the podcast that keep it real, keeps it raw, and we keep it moving. And today I have an interesting topic for y'all. I'm about to talk about Besha Mara. Hey, Sega Pila, this one, wabo. Gen Z are the quiet babies of our generation. Am I wrong? I'm gonna repeat this. Gen Z are the crybaby of our generation. Am I wrong though? Why am I saying this? Well, Herka Cheka, a lot of Gen Z's men for working environments, they are the ones back kwitanga pela ko dimpani. One avaling more woke because of the rights and shit. Gen Z. And most of them are Arabisana, man. Most of them are Arabisana. And Cheka, like these days, man, Gen Z's men, they think man, getting likes and comments on the social media is success. It's not. It's not. It's like the woke generation, learning their woke for nothing, bro. So let's get into it, guys. First of all, we'll already like reputation here, the Gen Z's, it's high face. You see? First of all, like or like Gen Z's, most of them men ish. Parabisan. You see? And I'll go to whole I mean Ramiga Shore Kobe, the Lodin say there's no need to Arabisan Padia. There was no need to do but Gen Z's they have a caution for everything, and I think Gira Garena millenniums. Rena the parents are the Gen Z's. Ira Garena because it's because Nersanya Goa Beta so Rirangi we communicate more with them. Nariji Chomidavon. And that's the fucked up part. We are parents to these people. Next thing the hoodie, some of them they are in their 20s right now. And they're going back wild, bruh. They're going back wild. More teenage pregnancies because I never talk about color. You see? A lot of them go working environment, they're lazy as fuck, they're always on their phones. The generation on number phone, like that phone era everything, bruh. They're always on their phone, these people. God damn. They're always on their phone, bruh. I'm not reputation it's like I got one. I'm gonna spot with the sale. I'm not a sale on a Antara or on a counterpart for that shit. And learn a millenniums elevator, Pila, who are the parents? That's why we need those people. Boot camp or brass buffets and school and no more boot campaign and they had idea, especially for Gen Zs. These niggas are too soft. They too soft, bruh. Motokonore umugwajise afetale na ugwajise back. When it's time to take action, scared as motherfucker. I'm not cheering. I won't know that this is a scared as motherfucker. I wanna greed, bro. They don't have the grit. Just imagine if you're maybe South Africa, maybe in another wall. I would say Nigeria because they are the ones by Lauren Banya buying the country. And their country is shit. Just imagine an Amiara Soyatam South Africa. They wanna take this country easily. Because Rena millenniums are ruta, these Gen Z's or Vanilla Elepero Christian. A lot of my niggas they say these kids are pussies, man. A lot of my friends they say hey, these kids are pussies. And some of them banal the little brothers they learning the Gen Z. And I thank God, bro. Hey, I have a little brother, Loren is one of the millennials. He's not a pussy nigga. He has the grit. That nigga has the grit. Even though he is a silent nigga, but don't play on top of his head, bro. You're gonna get hurt. He's a fighter. But I wouldn't say the same with the Gen Zs, bro. Gen Zs are not fighters, bro. They are talkers. Yep, yep, yep. They fucking talkers, bro. They know their rights. They know what's good for them, but they lack the grit. They lack the responsibility. That's why most of them ba tlhokomela ke the millennials. Bana. Ba tlo tlhokomela bana ba bana ba lena, millennials. Because you all are fucked up bad parents. You all are too soft on your kids. Alabakhali. And when I look at some of my friends, man, bana ba bona, hey, they play circles around them. They play circles around them. Especially those ones by Lauren Giddy single mother. Yo. These kids, man, they get everything they want. I remember, man, my parents are Zangaban regularly like the PlayStation and everything. I had to money to finish a brass out there for the grade with it. With the little money I had. I had to finish a brass. But with Gen Zs, Gen Zs, I don't think they can finish anybody. And I'm not saying all of Gen Zs are like that. I know some other Gen Zs by Lauren, they hustle, they go out there and hustle. And those ones, by Lauren, most of the time, Bahuris take the boomers, generation before us, millennials. But millennials, look at someone pussy ass niggas. Look at some pussy ass niggas. And that's a fact. Because some of them are in their 20s, bro. And Radibon, no. In the workplace, but the Gen Zs. Even millennials, the company getting the Gen Zs because Gen Zs, they know their rights. They are the woke generation. They are the woke generation and they're making us hate them more, bruh. And that's advantage, yeah, for example, the Gen Z right now, I'll tell you what Mac, you know, Rotary is the same type. Not a millennium, not a boomer. Those ones back so sorry, it's very easy to I lost the fight. Those ones are very accept the loss. They don't accept the loss. That's why these days, man, okay, level of sports I know from basketball to cricket to soccer. But literally some laziest rules, bruh. Just because of these Gen Zs, these soft Gen Zs, bruh. Sports are pussified because of Gen Zs, bruh. And that's a fact. Sports are pussified because of Gen Z and some millennials. Because I live on I, they belong in those Gen Z generation. They fucking soft. They are cry babies. So like one or repetition so it's gonna go the next phase in this one. The next segment. Né? And before getting on with the next segment, if you watch this podcast every Monday at 5 o'clock, make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment. If you're agree with this thing, then you will be Gen Zs or Hana. But I don't think a lot of Gen Zs watch my podcast. I go TikTok. That's why I make sure that I don't post more of those. You see, you'll watch those. And then I got those ones without checking the whole thing. And this thing is not even an hour long. I don't make an hour-long podcast. But soon, Kitronale guest, I think the podcast is gonna be an hour long. Soon, Kitronale a host. Cause like the one or like really one in garage na power. So, I'm gonna host too. Kitole beshabila lady pila. You see? And it's not a bashing or a bash or you said emotions are not with us. No, a bash or improve. You see? A bash or improve. Next segment. Next segment, is it really fair that I'm bashing the Gen Zs? Well, a lot of people are complaining again. So yeah, it's only fair. If not the parents the palla ko loma na the palla ko vote straight up, na the vote straight up. Your motherfuckers are soft. And in the future is because of all of us. Right now, what's any AI? You see? What's any AI no? And the modiphone too much. The color AI improve because the modiphone too much. Most of y'all for the ideas. There's a study so far everyone somewhere. A lot of Gen Zs can't read. A lot of Gen Zs they are illiterate. You know why they are illiterate? Huh? Because I get it. Yes, I get low because they are self busy now. What was that? Oh yeah. A lot of Gen Zs these days are really illiterate. A lot of Gen Zs can't read and write. Why is that? It's because a lot of Gen Zs man, Okachega, make level people want to the Gen Z they drop out more than millennials. Regas check let's that, but I don't have time for that. But a lot of Gen Zs man they are drop out, especially from high school, because they think guys school is not important. Nah, it's not that. I think y'all are too much cry babies. I know a lot of millennials will never face you will never face grade 12, will face grade 11, and will never 3 times until we face. You know why? The boomers didn't take that shit. They will tell you what, go back and challenge that shit. We'll succeed until you pass. But with these new ones, man, as well who decide millennials and millennials abanya gore banababona bahole kamkhona bahuthi they are too soft on them. They end up being soft too. So I think I'm being fair. I'm being fair. I'm being fair. They were rude, they were fun because like hey, generation it lang yo kawate have a talk. And I gotta say this. Agiturki generation Loren Baba from 2020s, the lower ones. I see a lot of grade on those ones than the Gen Zs. Like, but who came from 2020 up, I would say 2018. From 2018 up. Those kids, man, Baba Holamba, we want a lot of grade on them, and they are smart. I used to say Gen Zs are smart, but hey, they smart to, hey, they smart in the wrong way. They smart in the wrong way. But these ones, Baba Tamba, hey, they too smart. Because so the kid will be like, Papa, notice. Then that kid is gonna do the same thing. It's in Gen Z. Gen Z, they wanna be on their phones. They wanna play PlayStation. They wanna look at streamers. I hardly check out streamers. The only streamers I check is Myron because on the news there. And I think I'm gonna start checking out Big Planted. Leana, he does nice news. I think I'm gonna start checking him out. And otherwise, why is my guy GG33 Baba? the 305 podcast. That's my quote right there. You see, you will make G, yeah, make G fella umzansi. Make G fella umzansi. Otherwise, the others, Leo, Limagents, yeah, those are the podcasts that I checked out. Otherwise, the streamer, South African streamers, they're not really interesting. Tepe is funny, I check them out sometimes. But the rest, they're not interesting. Bruce and everybody, they're not really representing what I represent. They are your typical Gen Z, the lazy ones, the crybaby ones. But I wouldn't say Bruce is a crybaby because everybody is on his tail. They're taking hype with his name. I think he's one of the tough ones. He's one of the tough ones. But I'm not counting his friends. His friends are soft. Gen Zs are so soft, bruh. I don't know how are y'all gonna survive. In fact, do they take y'all in the military? Do they take y'all in numbers in the military? I don't think so. A lot of them who are in the military, by Loren Pasara, so the one horses and the ones who are born in the year of the tiger are those ones, yeah. Those ones I see them in the military, I see them as cops. But the other ones, man, the one lemapanyas, I'm like, why lo tshwara mamba? Why lo tshwara mamba? Like, I think I'm fair, bro, because, like, hey, Jawara, bro. Jawara. Jawara got Gen Z. I think we all need to be a bit tough. We all need to stop being mama's babies. And I think we are mustale na le hurisa go mazala ya le khamata right. But otherwise, I could go another segment. Some number segment thing you want to spark. You see? So where does the criticism land? You see? Where does the criticism land? And to be honest, man, the criticism needs to be balanced, you see. It needs to be balanced. You see. And I get how I wanna like bakono reason bila. But for reason oh, it's not the reason for le justifiable lazy valley. No. Reason at least still that great. Or put that in the work. You see? Reason at least live responsible on. Because most of y'all are not responsible, bro. Most of y'all are lazy. Most of y'all are lazy. I think that's why the go chop right the pila on the cash as it is the brass. Because of Gen Z, bro. In a time, man, you were embarrassed to be a fucking cashier in a shop, bro. Unless if you're a retail shop, like a clothing shop. But I'm a shop right. Come and check us. You all fuck with that shit. And here's another fact. I'll criticize you. You're more group in the LGBT, but what? Alphabet game. No level actually. Well, are coming out so free. I don't think the gates are that millennium only the gates are no they're trying. The gates are no they're too short. Gates are the millennium. Hey, they can take you on in a fight, bro. They may be sexy and everything, but when it comes to fighting, they will take you on. They would. For real. I know a lot of those by losing the fight between the gates at the millennium. And even the boomers. I know a lot of dudes they lost fight to those people. They cover gates and everything, and they will take it. Not a insult. You're gonna get your ass whipped. But getting out of the Gen Z, Ah, anybody can get it. Anybody can beat their ass up. Never felt that that's why you do twice. Because that's how we come cover eating. I get their work. I do twice. I mean, like, I think leading magistrate is didn't you know they're fucking pissed because of the cases they did one, you know. Because cases they did one, no, get out of between Gen Z and a Gen Z, you try to see. The case they did one, you know. I wouldn't. You're like fucking soft. Oh man, you're like fucking soft. You're like bloody soft. And that needs to stop, bruh. You all need to have a little bit of a grip and not letting that responsible for your actions. If it's when you're and you get your ass whipped, take that loss, but improve and maybe you overcome something better now. Maybe you can come back and redeem yourself. Maybe. But so far you're like soft, bro. You're like soft as shit. You're like a dog that has more bark but no bite. You'll have more bark but no bite. And that's embarrassing. And that's embarrassing. So I felt that mostly you can take a criticism, you can take no for an answer. Like, I do you're like soft, bro. I'm not talking like car. I'm talking about car. I don't think even you can hold a debate with anybody. Because motho a tla ka di-facts when ya go mo tsena ka moganong o bolela gape le wena. You can't even host debates, bro. Because you don't have the grit for that. You're like equivalent to women. And it's starting to show. You're like equivalent to women and it's starting to show. And I'm not saying all Gen Zs are like that. But majority of y'all are like that. And that's a fact. Majority of y'all are like that. For example, look at Gen Z, the guys they are fired from their work. Bangadi. Just because I had a criticism. They couldn't take a criticism. I guess I stuck on this segment for a long time. Let me go to another one. And before getting more the other segment, if you watch this podcast every Monday, please subscribe, like, and comment. Prove your point of view, Lena. Abo? Okay. Gen Z. Soft as motherfuckers. That's the next segment. So what does this mean for men specifically? It means we're breeding men, we're breeding weaker men, bruh. We are breeding weaker men by every generation. If we don't put our foot down, we are breeding weaker men. We are breeding dependable niggas. Niggas who are so dependent. And that needs to stop. You can't have so many niggas who are dependent, bruh. We already have women to take care of. So how are these niggas gonna take care of women? That's why a lot of women are masculine these days. Because of this generation, bruh. These women these days they are masculine as fuck. Because there's no anybody who's masculine out there. Gen Zs are soft, they accumulate more alphabet gang. Like it's a disaster, bro. It's a disaster. And I think I'm a code one code. I think I should code one code from Revelation to make this a little bit relevant. Because Revelation indirectly predicted or later. You're like coming through. And I go, the boomers, they thought it was us. They thought it was us. But Gen Zs now, A big nyana bona banale nuclear family. I don't think Gen Zs are gonna have nuclear family. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for y'all. If anybody wants to take this country, it's gonna make sure that the Gen Zs, people are never populated in this country, then that person is gonna take over. Serious. That person is gonna take over. Because why? Gen Zs, because of their woke culture, they're spreading a weak people's culture, bro. They're spreading feminine energies all over. You see? They chat back like women, bro. They chat back like women. So men, we are in trouble. We are fucked. We are so fucked. So this needs to change, guys. We need to put our foot down and make sure that this Gen Zs at least even a little bit of a cake. Millennials, parents, millennial parents, be a little bit tough on these boys. Because this world, it's not really friendly for the guys. Women have it easy, bro. They just need to be young and look beautiful, and someone is gonna take care of them, not the dude. And the one like since this Gen Z thingy, this Tembaric looks maxing. What the fuck? Looks maxing. You all wanna beat Barbie dolls. What the fuck, guys? Looks maxing is having a hotter woman, bro. That's looks maxing. Cuffing a hotter woman by your side. Yeah, that's looks maxing. Not you looking like a Barbie doll. What the fuck, bro? Looking better than women. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Nah. And secondly, again, bruh, being a streamer is not a career, not sustainable. Being a streamer, being a podcaster like I am, it's not a career. You need to get something that's good to money so that in your spare time you can do this. This is not equivalent to money. Your likes, subscribers, and everything, yeah, it has an income, but the income is not really sustainable. You gotta go out there and work, have a day job, or have a night job, and do this in your spare time. Play games in your spare time. Because truly speaking, it's not sustainable. This is a celebrity culture. You're a celebrity now, and there's gonna be a younger one who's gonna come through with new ideas and everything, and it's gonna kick you out. You're not gonna get the money that you're getting right now. You're not gonna get the same deals that you're getting right now. You see? And then now by the time we look at the sponsorships, I'm gonna be choosy. I'm building up men. Just imagine me building up men after I get the sponsorships are so gamble. Like I'm building and making all degenerates. Doesn't match up, bro. I built this thing because I use organized morals. I have a backbone, bro. Fact. And I'm not taking that for granted. So Gen Z, what time of root on the morals? I look at something so really met half me at least. We can tell to say fruit when I come on peto, to say cook. I read your spot. Because you're too soft. Way too soft for my liking. See, let me get to the other segment. And I think this is the last segment. So the last segment is like a question. So are they really the crybaby generation? Yeah, they are, but not all of them. They are. They are. Because as much as you all know your rights, you all know your value, le so much little information in Chilean, you all lack responsibility. You all lack the grit. You all lack a little bit of a fight back, physical fight back. You all are too cherry, fucking too cherry. And the cherry balena will be credibility. Sometimes you don't need to say shit. You just need to listen, take that advice, and build yourself. That's how it is. And again, I would clap for the boomers, bro. Millennials at least one out of the great, bro. I clap for you. Cause why? Nalisa na didenya ore mone he ba o bulia go sekolong no tlo mpotsa gore re ke le wena o bolale type boy. No. Na ba botsa straight up or go out there o te pethela le wena. But with the Gen Zs, you tell him that, he cries more. Or o botsa ka mokgwa e le gore ngwana o mo rate o tla o grade three. That's how you are, Gen Z. So it's time for you to have a little bit of a grit nyana, but already certainly can see a lot of uh, rules in the sport. Horonele va pila pila na complain. Kobolo. Horonele va pila pila. O complain. Cause that shit money kawatile my favorite sport in the whole wide world. Soccer. It's fucked up soccer, bruh. Va fucked up soccer. It's like now bola esa deriwa 90 minutes, go deriwa 60 minutes. Tshwantse re lo check camera ra. The physicality byanong ya power byanong. Now shit is easy for everybody. Next thing le batho ba ile reng ba kry last position, ba kry di-trophy byanong. How are you gonna improve if loro last position o kry di-trophy? You're not gonna improve, bro. You're gonna be a lazy bum for life. So now I see why the boomers were the way they were. I see why. I see why never ntshetsa la panta. Now I see why. You used to call it abuse, but hey, I think that shit should come back. It's not abuse. Abuse is when someone take advantage or this person will never fight back and I'm gonna beat him again. That's abuse. But disciplining is not abuse. I think disciplining should come back because Gen Z with no discipline, put soft things as your. And as Globally, make sure you check out this podcast every Monday at 5 o'clock. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment. To get your point of view, Gen Z. For why only cherry. And why usanya go utlwella. Always you na answer for any advice we create. And you go utlwella, bra. For hala. You go utlwa bafana. For dintsha. Because now already as a soft generation of our time. You're like the softest generation of our time. The boomers used to say, millennials are soft until we grew up and now they are proud of us. Now, who really Gen Z? Hey, and hey, it's tough, bruh. You're like soft. Even in your 20s, you're like soft, bruh. You can take a criticism. You can take no for an answer. Bruh, like, you all have an answer for everything. Like, y'all need to stop that shit, bruh. Listen for once. Listen, take advice, and act on it. You see? Hey, I'm playing games, just getting money. That's nice for now, but have a long-term thing. AI is coming through. You're not gonna play games with AI. Do you think you're gonna compete with that thing and win? You're not. That thing adapts every day. So what you need to do is what? Learn some programming so that you can program those AI. And it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of literacy. It takes you to read about those things and be more practical with those things. AI is coming, guys. And Gen Z, you are the ones who are gonna be responsible that AI doesn't take over the world. You all need to be the ones who are smart enough to program that thing so that you can use it and it doesn't use you. But by being crybabies, you all are not gonna stop the AI from taking over. You all are not gonna stop AI from taking over. You should learn from your horror. This AI can control you. It has a reset button here and there, and it's easy to be resetted. But with your crybaby nature, you all wouldn't come up with that. With your crybaby nature, rather, rating illiterate. It's tough. You're like doomed. So it's time to improve, guys. It's time you all improve. So that lena re nna proud ka lena more generations tse di tlang. But otherwise, bruh, this is the Mental 8 podcast and I'm out. Le sa le ba lo subscribe, go like, lo comment raso. Awe.